Ahoy, listeners! Welcome to the Yonko Podcast with me, Alex Chuan, and our crew, Burke, Brock, and Ryan. Back to Yonko. Today we'll be reviewing Chapter 10-16. Tama gets to make an announcement. Page 1 and Luffy are not back yet, and definitely not making any announcements this chapter. Nami and Usopp get to finish their fight from a few chapters ago. Zeus lives, in a way. CP-Ageis is sus AF, and Yamato takes on her father. Cannot wait for that fight. Let's get right into it. Let's set sail! Chapter 10-16, this is Tama on the radio. She gets on the radio.
I get it.
Which, I guess...
Good morning, Wano Country!
Wano Kuni coming in hot. We got an asteroid basically coming down on the Fire Festival, which is going really well, that Fire Festival. Looking really nice.
But first,
Yeah.
Zoro.
Just killing it as always each week with the cover art, Oda. My God. I never feel like I know that I need these, but Zoro as a ninja and the cat, dude, like, that's killing me, man.
And also the thought, I like the, and also the ideas on the side of the requesters are very clever.
It's fun because we were just in an attic, and now the attic's gone, but...
Yeah, it was like the whole time I was thinking, is this just Kaido stabbing up into the roof?
It would be fun to see who was on the bottom end of those spears, just...
Yeah.
But no, we're back into it without a break, and new chapter it is. And it starts off so nice. So nice, the flower capital, no cares in the world, big old bonfires, music, singing, dancing, like... They don't know it's coming.
Thank God Orochi's not here to fuck up our shit.
Thank God nothing could ruin this wonderful night of Fire Festival activities.
Isn't it so beautiful, Otoko?
Guys,
Oh, and there's a Toko looking cute as hell.
guys, I really want them to bring Otoko back to normal.
She smiled because of the smile.
Because of the smile.
Right.
Like, I really feel bad for her. And the anime did such a good job of just like showing just how devastated she was while she was smiling when Yasunori died.
It feels genuine in this panel though, right here, where she says, "I hope that Daddy can see it."
Yeah.
And that's kind of a tough callback to what was his name?
Yasui.
Yeah, Yasui. That is a confirmed death, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
one's very clear.
Even I'd be upset if they didn't do
Because
that.
this chapter, we don't get very many clear confirmed deaths, do we? Do we, Brock?
We'll find out. We'll see.
With the sky this clear, I'm certain Yasui can see it.
Ugh.
He's probably watching over us intently, determined to see what becomes of you and the future of this country.
For sure.
Da-doom!
Do-do. It's like that beautiful calm before the storm as an asteroid comes down to destroy a country.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know why, but I am super pumped to see what that CP0 guy, this one in particular, can do.
The one with the eye?
The weird eye. The one that had in the eye. The one that's talking right now. Because he just looks cool to me.
He does look cool.
He looks like he's in a mask, but then there's a few panels every now and then where the smile changes.
Yeah.
Makes me think maybe that's actually his face.
Who knows?
It's, Aegis is weird, dude, and...
Aegis has always just been a cool, code name, though.
Yeah,
I love
very
Aegis.
cool. And we haven't seen literally anything from them. They're kind of like the Gorosei in a way, where it's they appear for important moments, but they never do anything. And very much in the same vein, with Wano, they've just been calculating the battle, seeing whose side's doing what, and just being watchers.
Well, I can't remember her name, but the woman who was at Big Mom's party.
Yes, Stussy. Stussy.
She did a little bit there. She got a little flying Shigan action.
She did some moon jumping.
What?
She was moon jumping. What's the...
moonwalking.
Yeah. Moon, yeah.
Yeah.
Geppo. But, and what I do appreciate about this scene with them, in fact, is that they're kind of keeping us informed of really how the battle is, kind of turning in the favor of the Straw Hats with, this is where we're at right now, but now this many have gone to their side, this many are under their control, and now how it's slowly... It's really hopeful in a way. They don't seem concerned yet.
It gives you the thought that the government isn't as black and white as you might think. Not that it's good black and white, but that maybe there are forces that aren't just on what we would call justice, but maybe on the pirate side as well.
Yeah, and
maybe they're working all angles here.
And the CPs have always kind of been non-linear. Like, they kind of go between, like, world government and the nobility. Like, you take Aegis, right, at the Reverie, and you have, you know, Kaku and Lucci, you know, in their white, defending, you know, the nobles and kind of doing their orders kind of against what otherwise the world government would be doing. Like, when the one guy wanted Shirahoshi as a pet, they were like, oh no, we'll stand up for, you know, the world nobles here, not you nobility coming for this revelry. And it's like, nah, fam.
Do you think, real quick, just real quick, do you think Luffy and Lucci are going to have a rematch?
I hope so. I think it'd be really cool to see how Lucci's like progressed, because he obviously would have trained like crazy hard.
If he's in the top now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just him losing to Luffy would have been like devastating for him,
for sure.
And he would have just probably dedicated his entire, you know, life to be training to defeat Luffy.
It's almost refreshing, and I'll get off this Lucci rant right after this. But like,
I want to continue on a little bit.
Okay, it's almost refreshing to see a villain who wasn't changed for the better by a loss.
Yeah.
Because he actually became almost more dark justicey from the looks of it.
Yeah.
After that, I really want to see what stages he went through to get to that point.
Lucci is a strange antagonist because with the people that Luffy beats, their dreams are crushed. That's the whole thing. They're never killed by Luffy, but their dreams are destroyed. They have no more a will to kind of seek them out anymore. Like, they very much kind of go away in a sense. With Lucci, you have him defeated at Water 7. And then he appears in Reverie in a brand new position, higher than before.
Yeah.
You know, in a very commanding role, and still very much, you know,
in the mindset, maybe more
on this dark justice type train. Clearly not defeated, clearly not deterred from his original path, whatever that might have been.
It almost when he spoke at Reverie, it almost seems like he discovered more about the world and embraced it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what he was flaunting at the people there. It was like, they're the gods of this world. There's nothing you could do about it.
Sure.
But he said it with like a smile on his face.
Yeah. What makes me think that there will be a fight between him and Luffy is that Luffy, historically, he doesn't fight people twice, generally. But he did fight Crocodile a little bit at Marineford again. That small
just to remind him, like, hey, I know how to beat you. Don't you dare take Whitebeard's head.
And so he had a small scrap there, and then ultimately, you know, he came to his rescue later on in the arc, right? Yeah. So I wonder if Lucci might have that small scrap type thing where clearly he's outmatched by Luffy and maybe comes over to his side in an important moment.
I think in Lucci's case,
doubtful on him coming.
Doubtful on that. I think in Lucci's case, he was a first time for Luffy in that he fought like a true like representation of the Navy's darkness.
Sure. Yeah.
And he was like probably
as close to a kind of really.
He was the first person Luffy fought that could actually fight Luffy on physical terms. Mm-hmm. Because obviously with people like Crocodile, who he had those powers, the main reason he almost killed Luffy 3 times is because he had the power to dehydrate him.
Yeah.
But once Luffy canceled that out, he was kicking Crocodile's ass.
Yeah.
So
in those metal ways.
I think Lucci represents almost the same way that Aki Inu does, like anti-freedom, anti-Luffy, anti-pirate lifestyle.
It does seem like the darkest justice individuals do come back. Aki Inu, after Whitebeard punches him like with all of his frickin' force, and you think he should be completely gone.
Oh, he's hurt for sure. Yeah.
Right, same thing with Lucci coming back into his new position, seemingly now stronger than ever, much like Akainu after the time skip, as Fleet Admiral. I don't know, there just seems to be this kind of theme of dark justice is making it farther than other forms of it or other like pirates.
And also, I think it's
ambitions.
Also another matter of those. I mean, we often see these people in those lines of like, you got Bo Hancock, Smoker, all these characters who aren't just one-offs, who seem to have an important like middle ground role that isn't just to be like Luffy's subordinate or the subordinate of the enemy, but they're actually major entities upon themselves. In this case, Crocodile, because he's out and about now with Dad's Bones somewhere.
Sure, yeah. God knows what.
Lucci, and all these Sabo. Like, I still remember in One Piece Gold,
the Sabo and Lucci.
Sabo and Lucci had a quick fight there. And I'm like, that has some interesting
that was hype as hell.
Implications there too.
I mean, and
especially since they've thrown Lucci, they put him in Stampede, right?
Yep.
So Lucci's been in the two most previous movies.
But in canon, just Reverie is the last we see of him, really.
So I think this hints at him being a rather major force in the upcoming final battles type thing. Yeah, and
him and Sabo were both at Reverie when whatever went down with Sabo went down, so maybe there might be something there as well.
Yeah.
Where if they
it would not surprise me if he has to fight through Lucci to get to Sabo.
Mm-hmm. That would make sense.
I would not be surprised.
I would say Lucci and Sabo are on the equal. They're trying to be like on an equal plane.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I can see that. I think, but I think it would make sense for Lucci to try and take everything away from Straw Hat again.
Yeah.
But to fail again, I think would be
being kind of like the Garp to Fleet Admiral before the current Fleet Admiral.
Fujitora.
No, Fleet Admiral.
Oh, that's Sengoku.
It'd be like maybe a Garp to Sengoku, but it's Lucci to Akainu being like this evil double force, and then you have Rigyoku, Kizaru, and Fujitora as those like. If we were to see a return of Marineford type arc where he had to go save Sabo, it'd be a completely different cast of characters.
Fujitora would be the new Aokiji for sure.
Yeah, and I don't see Garp taking their side this time. I would also see that as a big switcheroo.
I think he's leaving it up to the youngins.
Yeah.
I think he's formally retired now.
Yeah, once Sengoku
Sengoku and Garp both retired.
Yeah, once Sengoku retired, Garp was probably like, I'm done. I don't have really respect.
He helped in the Reverie.
They're just serving as like mentor roles and like investigative. They're sideline roles.
But if Luffy was like, you have to imagine Garp would take his side.
So I could imagine. I could imagine in the case of Garp, him coming to the aid of Luffy at the very end if he needs to, because there was obvious regret at the end of the war where he almost straight up killed Akainu. He said to himself, I'm going to kill Akainu if you let me go, Sengoku.
Yeah.
So,
and that was for another man's son.
I know, but it was someone he raised as his own.
Right, but Luffy is his actual grandson, so I think that changes the paradigm just enough.
Oh, no, yeah. This is someone he's been trying to protect his heart.
But that's all to say, New Marineford HQ next arc confirmed.
Next arc confirmed. We'll see.
But 20,000 to 7,000, much better odds than we had before.
Much better.
They're, the tide of the war is changing, and that's just, we'll see what happens.
And I love that even the super intelligence that is Cypher Pole thinks Luffy is dead.
Yeah.
It seems like. Right now, everyone thinks he's dead, which I love, personally.
I understand the whole Kaido said it, so it must be true.
Oh,
besides
Kaido's... He's very, very rarely, if ever, he's only lost maybe a couple times in his life, probably.
Yeah, but they literally listed the amount of times that he's lost. Like, it's a very specific small number. Yeah. So when he says something, generally, you gotta kind of believe that.
Yeah.
Moving on to the frog.
the frag.
And we get my favorite new character, Horseface Magoo.
I thought he was a Spartan for a second there. He looks like a Spartan.
The dude's funny looking, and I enjoy.
He's a Trojan horse.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was loud. Mic warning.
Anyway, Momonosuke's fallen too. Apparently, that's also in the announcements and headlines. Excellent. The samurai will finally lose their resolve. If only you can tell them that Momonosuke is down. And that's when we get our favorite little troublemakers ruining that scene. We get Nami and Usopp coming in.
I'm getting kind of I'm getting Enies Lobby vibes from this when the whole time Spandam thought Luffy had only beaten like 5 people, but in reality it was like the entire base.
Right.
And he was like, "Wait, what? I've lost all my forces? What's going on here?"
Well, we've lost 2 forces? No, we've lost 2,000 people.
And it's just like he's like, "Wait, all of CP9 has been defeated?" I think we're going to have another thing like that where it's like, wait, I thought we were winning. What's happening?
And I did forget to mention not only Usopp, Nami, and Tama, but we also have a revitalized Zeus. Who called it? Who said Zeus is alive? I think we had a breakdown.
I think there was some agreement there.
I think we were all pretty
that there was something there.
So anyway, he's this cool little climate tech, and he can turn into this. He looks like a giant eggplant, bro. I don't know.
Eggplant's a very non-NSFW way to put it.
I'm just saying, bro. I mean, look at this guy.
The climate tech I invented is talking. Does that make me even more of a genius?
Usopp.
Says freaking Usopp.
Oh, man.
No, it's like I keep trying to tell you. It's me, the one they used to call Zeus. And just typical Nami. Why are you in my claim attack? Weren't you eaten?
What? I didn't sign up for an annoying sentient weapon. That's right. You still haven't forgiven me.
Yeah, I loved that whole thing where
I thought the explanation was decent.
No, I mean it makes sense to me due to Big Mom's ability to input souls into anything. That if her powers are active at that moment, I could imagine some kind of reaction there that would cause that to happen. Which would also explain why he can't leave it, because he needs Mama's power to do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which is interesting. So Nami's climate attack has soul-rending powers. Confirmed.
Well, not soul-rending.
No,
it's just.
Well, it was just a pretty.
She's got the power of a thundercloud in her. An actual thundercloud in her weapon now. Which
what's interesting to me is, so Big Mom took the soul out of Zeus, right? That's what she did a number of chapters ago. I want to break down.
She was trying to. She was trying to inter his soul into Hera's.
Right.
So Hera was going to absorb.
Well, but isn't that what Big Mom did when she grabbed him initially? Like Zeus came at her angry, right? Like a raging thunder crowd. She I
think if anything, she took all of his strength, and then
because I think
soul portion was what she was trying to feed to Hera.
Yeah, I think
And so Zeus went into the Climatact just as whatever was left of him, and now he is the Climatact, or is just a part of the Climatact?
I think the Climatact now has a soul.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm down for that. Yeah, but it definitely still has not forgiven him. But I cannot leave without Mama's power. So apparently there still is a way that Big Mom could take away the power. But I do kind of see this as a permanent upgrade in my opinion.
I wouldn't mind it. I think it'd be fun.
I mean, we've all kind of been feeling like, Zeus and Nami, that makes a lot of sense.
Zeus has been giving off the feeling as like another kind of like companion pet.
Yeah. So let's be clear now. Is Zeus a straw hat, or is Zeus not a person?
I wouldn't consider Zeus a person.
I imagine as this is assuming he stays with them. I imagine that as he stays with them,
you're right.
They will be
tragedy of the fourth act is
they
the
will
Climatact dies.
I think they will be as they go on. They will consider him a crewmate, because if it's got a living soul like the Mary did, and they're with him long enough, they're going to consider him a crewmate.
Yeah, I like this theory coming true a lot more than at some point Nami will eat the snow fruit that potentially grew on one of her oranges in Punk Hazard that Monet had. And the only reason
they're tangerines.
They're tangerines.
You silly.
No, you're right. I'm sorry, Nami Twans.
You call yourself a Sanji fan.
I'm a huge Sanji fan. Nami's cool. No, Nami's cool enough. But
no. As a Sanji stan, you need to love Nami unconditionally.
Nami's fine. But for the longest time, and I don't know if any of you guys subscribe to the theory, but Monet, when she died, her fruit went somewhere. A lot of people thought, well, it's definitely on.
I don't subscribe to the theory that anybody who has lack of devil fruit is going to add a devil fruit.
Yeah, especially in the STRAWHAT crew.
The only reason I could see it for Nami is because she is weather-based. So having a Snow Logia type devil fruit would be kind of cool.
Sure, it'd be nice.
I just don't see it happening.
I don't see her becoming a Logia. No, I like this better. I think this being her upgrade.
I think her character works better as a tactics-based character who doesn't have special powers. I think her main strength is her ability to use the weather to her advantage and her smarts.
Now, let me go down the rabbit hole just a bit further.
Don't you dare. I'm
going to do it.
Damn it.
What if she feeds Monet's fruit
Ryan Kilman Borderlands.
to the Climatact?
I think Zeus would already be considered a devil fruit. I don't think Zeus.
Big Mom's a devil fruit user. Can homies eat devil fruit?
Homies are a part of Big Mom's soul.
I don't think so.
But what if that's a reverse way to kill Big Mom?
I mean,
one of her homies eat a devil fruit, and it's part of her soul, causes her devil fruit soul to explode.
Further down the rabbit hole.
It's gonna be some Independence Day shit. Hello, boys.
Inception.
I mean, literally, I think beating Kaido and Big Mom would be a lot easier if they just had a spare devil fruit to throw in their mouth.
It would be.
If Sanji just put a devil fruit in a cake that he had made for Big Mom done. If we're right about devil fruits killing you if you have two. Which, honestly, never would have
Depending on the person.
So, man, if we had Monet's fruit, bro.
Or any fruit.
any fruit?
Just
The
weapon.
jacket fruit?
Like the jacket just do fucking bioweapon devil fruits. Jesus.
Why don't we do that to devil fruit eaters more? I feel like no one's taking advantage of that.
I feel like
Because Oda doesn't actually want to explore that.
Crush a devil fruit, put in sake. Here you go, Kaido.
Well,
Have
also,
some sake.
That's not really how the Straw Hats fight. Either.
No, I know. They would never do this.
It's just interesting that we've never seen anyone do it.
Yeah,
Like, I could totally see Kid, like, being like, yeah, we're just going to poison them.
Oh no! I mean, like,
Beige
well, here's the thing.
do that.
Here's the thing. Like, if the Straw Hats weren't involved in these operations, many more people would die. Because in the case, like, say, remember the case of Capone getting beige. He would have poisoned the cake, but Sanji, with his private chef, didn't allow that.
I would not allow that.
So, I mean, Big Mom probably would be dead right now if Sanji had allowed
Or at least
Capone.
just have a really bad stomach. Let's
Yeah.
be real.
There's not really
yeah,
a lot
for sure.
of spare devil fruits around either. The only ones...
But I think by
Marinara.
virtue of how the Straw Hats work,
CP9 fruits.
how the Straw Hats work, you know, we're not going to see a lot of underhand tactics like those.
Yeah.
At least online with those, because even like Usopp, who's like the liar of the group, he doesn't like resort to stuff like killing people. He just his
He'd
are
be great
fights.
at it too, because all he has to do is misplace one of his seeds and shoot a devil fruit in someone's mouth. That devil fruit eater's dead. It is interesting, Ryan, that we've never seen a devil fruit eater eat another devil fruit and actually see that happen. We just get, this is what happens.
Yeah.
But we
I would like to see it.
never actually get to see what happens in that scenario.
I
Which
feel
is
like
why I don't trust the whole Blackbeard thing. He's the first person to eat two. We don't even see him eat the second one.
we just got to learn this power.
It's all very sus,
Like,
man.
what if it's all just a trick? Maybe you can
That's
eat more.
that's a huge theory.
Yeah, Blackbeard's just like, well, I just decided I'd eat it, and it
It's
worked.
the damn Gorosei trying to keep us weak.
Trying to keep the man down.
This devil fruit,
Oh, the man
this
keeping us
devil fruit,
down.
I'm so powerful. Like that's the whole Im's whole thing.
I'm not,
He's eating 10
I'm not
devil
gonna lie.
fruits.
I'd be kind of disappointed if that were the case, though.
I would too.
It would be a grand lie.
We need to shrink the devil fruit gap. God damn it!
No, but I think that's why we don't see so many in fruit form. Is because that would Sea Stone already gives us way too many opportunities to deal with devil fruit eaters. If we had
And
devil fruit
hockey.
slayer
And
hockey, well, we need hockey.
Yeah, I think
Well, I
that's...
mean, they
Otherwise, Logie is win.
at the beginning of the show, they could have had it to where it was just Sea Stone. Like, Oda totally could have gone the route where he didn't include hockey, and he could have just had it where you had to use Sea Stone to fight devil fruit users. And, like, kind of like...
Logia users, you mean?
Look, well, any devil fruit user.
Some devil fruit users aren't impossible to beat without
No,
Sea Stone.
but like Sea Stone would be
Logia
end all be
you
all.
absolutely would need Sea Stone if you didn't have hockey as a
So
system.
that would definitely change a lot about how the fighting works.
Exactly. It would make it more of a weapons-based anime.
Which
Weapons
wouldn't work with
based,
how Luffy's
armors
made.
based.
Because he's a
We'd see a lot more
fighter.
Sea Stone bullets,
And a lot more Sea Stone swords.
which Sea Stone bullets mentioned once, still haven't seen any.
I know. You could literally take out any of these people with just Sea Stone.
Yeah.
Like a Sea Stone Gatling gun. Oh, okay. I took out everyone. We
Yeah,
win.
but back on the eating more than one difference, I honestly think it's just a piece of lore used to limit your power.
No, yeah, makes
because
sense.
I mean, if you're able to eat multiple, then you're unstoppable.
It's just sort of
and
like
it would have been known by now if you could, I think.
it's just sort of like a phenomenon where like everyone says gravity's a thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, gravity's probably a thing, but we're never shown like someone falling and actually being killed by gravity. So I'm like,
I mean, have you met Fujitora? He makes it happen.
I don't. All I'm saying, straight to hell, boy. but you know, I don't know. I don't think Oda would ever show that because it is probably a pretty tragic death. I mean, the way it was described, the spirits fight inside you.
I mean, I don't know with how they showed the death of the the guy who burned in Odin's pot.
Oh
in the
yeah,
anime. That was pretty gruesome.
No, very gruesome.
I guess the deaths are somewhat more gruesome now.
So maybe it'll happen. Maybe it will. I feel like that's a piece of lore that I've never seen happen. And so I feel like it's lore until that happens. I'll believe it. But, man, it'd be cool if it would happen, you know?
The only ways I can think of it actually happening are maybe like a side story talking about the past when it was first discovered.
Or like an accident.
Or maybe an accident. But even then it's like...
Can you eat a devil fruit and eat a smile and have the same thing happen?
I don't know.
Can you eat two smiles?
I feel like that would also go into the rabbit hole that is what makes a devil fruit.
Right. Oda, you have questions to answer, good sir. 5 years, my ass. More time is needed. Okay, anyway, that's all to say. Huge fan of Nami's upgrade there.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting to see what happens with all that. Everyone on Onigashima, I have more news for you. The enemy leader, Momo. And then someone's getting involved. She's back! She's back again!
Usopp's so tough, man. We don't give enough credit. Like,
nah, dude, he survived the worst attacks.
his hits.
He doesn't look like he survives them either initially.
His hits look so painful, but he still keeps getting back. Like,
Do you remember him in Dressrosa?
No. Not even Dressrosa. Like my first experience was really when he fought, Miss Christmas Day and Mr. 4, and they break his skull multiple times.
And we saw his actual skull being destroyed in many, many ways.
And who knows how many cracks he has in his skull at this point? It's amazing he's still as smart as he is. To be honest,
all of One Piece is just Usopp's comatose story after that fight.
Oh no!
And becoming a brave warrior of the sea.
Oh no!
And then he woke up.
That's not a rabbit hole. That's a descent into the pits of hell right there.
But no, he takes a full-on headbutt from Ulti, who's back again. I don't believe any of the Scabbard's deaths. You know what? Screw it. I don't believe them. You know why? Because
she survived the laser cannon.
She got Ulti. She got ultimate attacked by Big Mom. Okay, Page 1 got punched. He's in the ground. He's not moving at all. She got Macer Cannon, my dude. There was not a more final attack than that on Ulti, and she's up again.
Yeah, they even pulled a Voltron combination of the weapons and everything.
It sounds to me like there's something. So I think this kind of goes back to the fact that it seems that dinosaur or dragon, fruit users are ridiculously strong, which is why I think it's why it's brought to attention that her insides are probably fucked up, but her outside is keeping her together because she's got a dinosaur fruit.
She's not even fully transformed here.
I think it's a natural. I think that's the thing about all these things. I think it's like a natural part of eating the fruit is you get that hardness.
Look, I know I joked about her being dead. Page 1's still dead, but the fact of the matter, is that was if I may, Burke. This is kind of a clown on Big Mom, because I feel like Ulti, as great as a Toby Robo as she is, should not have survived, or at least been up from attack like that.
I think it's more of just...
I actually don't even consider this a clown on Big Mom.
Really? I think this is... Honestly, I think this is a hype for the Toby Robo, in my opinion.
I think it's just Ulti's dinosaur form. That's the dinosaur headbutts thing.
Yeah,
it's like super tough skin.
Pachycephalosaurus.
It honestly could just be that her dinosaur fruit, just like, Lucci's cheetah fruit made him really fast. Yeah. It could literally just be that she's got tougher skin due to the fruit itself. So not saying that all the Topirobos are that strong, but saying that Ulti herself, due to her fruit, is strong enough to take an attack like that.
I could understand the Triceratops maybe taking that, because Triceratops are big, shield, very defensive type.
Honestly,
she's a head butter. She's made for attacking.
Honestly, to me, it seems like a general theme for those types of fruits is that they're extremely tough, and they're also, remember, these are ancient zones. These aren't regular zones.
No, they're ancient zones.
Anyway, there's nothing to clown on Big Mom. Once again, I just think that she did a lot of internal damage, and Ulti is literally standing here by sheer will and by the strength of her exterior. I think
also she's very hard-headed.
It wasn't a headshot, Brock.
It's because fuck you. Okay. I'm leaving this.
All the more reason she's not dead. It wasn't a headshot. Should have gone for the head. Always learn from Thanos. Yeah, absolutely. Always learn from Thanos.
Can we power scale for a sec, Burke?
No.
Sure.
So Kaido hits Zoro, right?
Yeah.
Zoro ultimately goes down, is completely wrapped up, needs healing, right? Yeah. Big Mom does a very similar attack to Ulti. Ulti's back up within a couple chapters.
Well, you got to remember, before that...
On her own, no healing.
No, but you got to remember, before that, Zoro got hit by a...
power scaling with Burke over
I know,
here.
no, real quick, but Zoro got hit by a combined attack before that.
Combination attack.
From two emperors.
That wasn't what made him go down.
I know, but he got hit before that.
But he was still hurt from that
And he's still alive.
And then
so.
he got
Still alive.
finished
So is
off.
she. Okay.
Yeah,
you know
but
what?
he doesn't have a double fruit.
You know what? I see you with the double attack. You're right
Yes.
about that. He got hit by both. She only got hit by one, which
He literally
looked really
tanked that
fucking
for the
powerful.
other
Yeah.
4 people on the roof
Yeah.
with him.
And
he's
he
just
still
And
did
then
Ashura.
still
yeah.
Ashura
Okay.
against Kaido.
And he's just a human, and Ulti has an ancient zone.
I was trying to power scale Ulti over her as a. Okay, you're right.
No, she's not.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Zoro has
She
plot
was
armor.
clearly scared of Big Mom.
Yes.
He's also just super fucking
Yeah.
tanky. Like,
He's also just, tank.
I mean, he to be fair, him despite even
Luffy's
with
more of a tank.
even with the plot armor thing, well, yeah, but him and Zoro have been kind of built up as the tanks of the Straw Hats.
Yes, and Frankie's General Frankie.
Well, yeah, he's also mostly made of metal too.
Yeah. Well, also.
Yeah, Frankie himself is pretty tanky.
He's a tanky dude.
But the whole point is this entire next couple of pages literally just makes it clear that Ulti
She's that
doesn't
tough.
have much left in her.
And she's just that tough too.
If she's
But
even
she is-
down this time.
I believe she is down.
Is that
I think
on
she's
the
down.
record?
I'm calling that.
I think
Alright.
this time, I think it's a finisher. Yeah.
All right. Okay, well,
I think thanks to Big Mom, Nami gets the win on this one.
did you get the W?
Oh yeah, well it's definitely not Nami's win,
Exactly.
but
It's her finish.
Nami finished her.
Like
yeah.
she got the
truly,
experience
truly, Nami did shit.
There we go.
Finish her.
Nami did shit because ultimately Big Mom and Zeus, who is a proxy of Big Mom,
Zeus
so
did.
ultimately Big Mom still gets the kill on Ulti.
Zeus
So
did
there you
shit.
go, Ulti's dead. Hashtag Ulti's
We
dead.
get back to the beginning. It all comes full circle. Okay, well, anyway, she's here. She grabs Tama. She's pissed. I already told you to keep your hands off her. Really sick, club form here. So is he just like a hard cloud in that moment? What's going on there?
So that I was gonna say that too. So Nami's stick can stretch, it can expand and go bigger. I think that because Zeus is in it now, it's almost it can morph.
It's malleable.
Yeah, it's malleable, just like how when
It's
he was
as
a
malleable
cloud.
as a soul.
Yeah, just like when he was in a cloud, he could be small, big, whatever he wanted to be. I think that now that he's possessing this climate act, he can change its
this
shape.
really gives Nami more combat options too.
Yeah, she's like the. Do you ever see Shaolin Showdown?
Oh,
yeah. This
Shaolin
climate attack is like the
Showdown.
water weapon now,
Yeah.
where
Yeah,
it can
the-
morph into whatever he wants it to be.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I love Shaolin.
Yeah, so Nami just needs to shave her head,
That's a
get the
throwback.
9 balls on her head, and then
I think
she's
it's
set.
6.
And be voiced by Tara Strong. It all makes sense.
Perfect. And then she's set.
I do like this quick this panel between the two. Her skin is crazy hard, but her insides must be messed up after what Mama did. That is just, I don't know. I like that.
Also, it was a
Side by
cancer
side.
ray. That's why it was a slow burn.
I mean,
death.
you
Oh,
wouldn't use a
man.
cancer ray to take care of that? That's
Harley
how dinosaurs
Quinn.
died.
Harley Quinn feels terrible when she uses cancer rays.
Well, she needs to obviously harden her skin, okay?
Oh man. Okay, so she can't use lightning bolts. Lethal Green Star, because Usopp's still up
Usopp.
from the ground.
He's down but up.
Yeah. If anyone's a tank, maybe it is Usopp.
I mean,
we were talking
Usopp
about that,
doesn't
like-
stand back up, but he definitely doesn't die.
I don't think I've seen anybody get their skull broken as much as Usopp and
Yeah.
come back better for it.
Yeah, now both Nami and Usopp have been skull fucked.
Like, we're talking about
by
like
Ulti
shortened
here.
lifespans.
What?
Oh, no.
Not that kind of channel,
That's not
Alex.
the term.
They
That's
got
not,
knocked up by a skull. What do you want me to do?
That's not the term
That
you were
was the
looking
joke.
for, sir.
Skull bashed.
No, they got fucked
Skull
up.
boned.
There we go.
There we go.
Took a cranidos to the head.
It literally created. I'd say Rampardos at this point.
Yeah, probably a Rampardos. Yeah, you're right.
Pokemon Go, not sponsored.
Just Pokemon in general, you dumb shit.
Still not sponsored.
not sponsored.
Anyway, we get a really sick Nami finisher with Zeus. And it's very much on the edge. We're like, oh, she missed. And then, no!
Okay,
It's
but
gonna
before we
hit!
get there, we gotta have a fun character moment. 'Cause
Oh,
then- so she does the weather egg, and then it's like its own Zeus.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, it's so strange how this works right now. I hope
Yeah,
we
like
get
he's
some-
able to go in and out of the climate act.
like-
Well,
guess.
it looks like it's extending from it in the form of like lightning or something. I think it's still connected, but by like a stream of like lightning.
Gotcha.
Also, did she call him Cotton?
Yeah, but
And then he called himself Zeus right after she.
I
gave him
am
the name.
Zeus!
That might have just been a mis.
I think it might be a funny bit where she's like Cotton, and he's like, no, I'm Zeus.
I literally want to say it's almost like one of those things where he wants to be cool, so he's like, give me a new name, which I will charge forth as your new minion. And she's like, oh, Cotton? And he's like, I am Zeus, I am Nami's right-hand man!
I think it'll be very funny when animated, yeah.
Guys, real quick, I want to go back. This is really small. What's up? But I love the look on Usopp's face when he's down. Just because I like that, like...
I've seen it before.
That no shit, like everyone has. I like that, I always like that determined, like, look of, like, I just got hit, but I'm still gonna do something about the situation. You know, I think...
Usopp is nothing but consistent in these moments.
Oh, no, and also I think it's just a little sign of growth, because before that, before this, you know, he probably would have been, like, knocked clean off from this. Mm-hmm. But, you know, he's fighting even when he's down. Mm-hmm. And I think that says a lot about him. You know, this is a long way back from the guy who fought Shu who faked being dead.
Yes,
you know?
Sure.
Like 3 times.
Exactly. And now he's...
got him.
But no, he's...
Big old hammer!
You know, being knocked down doesn't keep him from fighting. So just a quick, like, mini VIP moment for Usopp.
Do you know when Usopp's about to get a win?
How do I know?
Is you see his nose wrapped because it's...
it's been broken so many times.
It's been broken so many times. That's just how you know it's about time for Usopp to get his
when he's got 3 layers of bandages, he's halfway through the fight.
When his Pinocchio nose has been crushed multiple times in an arc.
How is that still straight, by the way? How is it such a straight nose?
I don't know.
He's got
to come out.
One of these episodes, we got to talk about his inhuman regenerative abilities. Does he drink milk like Brooke and then it just gets better?
He's got to be drinking something. Steroids. Anyways. You know, we have this really awesome, you know, Thunderbolt comes down, Nami misses, it's over, says Ulti. No, it's not. It's my job to make sure our attacks land. Yeah! It just comes straight through Ulti. That final, maybe, lightning strike as her head's back again, smoke coming off her, and thud.
I do think that with the that little side panel of her, like, going like puffing out smoke and that, and then literally saying they beat Ulti-sama. I think that's kind of a solid confirmation that she's finally actually going down.
Yeah, I don't think she's getting back up.
I'd like to believe that it's just the guys did that the last time too when she got an Acer cannon. They beat Ulti, like all like the minions, but because broadcast,
it was more like a Big Mom thing. Where it's like Big Mom did that to her. You know, it wasn't like a they beat her.
Well, and the next panel actually speaks more to your point. Now 2 of the Flying Six have been defeated, and everyone's like, what?
Yeah, the guy forgot he was on intercom mode.
It can't be! This is unheard of! Are they backing us into a corner? Which is hilarious because the people thinking they're being backed into a corner are 20,000 strong over 7. But dude, what did Parasparrow say? Or was it Parasparrow?
When the general falls, all the pawns.
Yeah. And we know the people that follow Luffy aren't pawns.
No,
but these guys
are pawns.
Mm-hmm. Which I like this next shot. We get 3 members of the Toiropa because obviously X-Drake isn't there. And my guy!
And also, let's look at the fact
Horseface Magoo!
The Trojan horse. Let's...
No. Yeah, actually, you're right.
Let's also take a look at the fact that the 3 members that are expressing surprise all have injuries.
Yeah, Sasaki, Who's Who, and... Black Maria.
Yeah, isn't Frankie fighting Who's Who? Or is that Jinbei?
That's Jinbei. Frankie's fighting the Triceratops guy.
Which is Sasaki, which is the first one. And then Who's
Black
Jinbei?
Black Maria being taken by Burke and Ryan.
Which I guess is going well.
We'll see.
Come on.
Hopefully, now that we've seen those 3 faces, next chapter we should be able to get some more
like responses, maybe some more.
Yeah. I think now that the Tobiropa are starting to fall, we're going to see more of like the more.
Like I'm all down for Nami and Usopp stuff, but I'd really like to see the other Straw Hats.
I am totally down for at least 2 of them being like obviously Ulti and Page 1 being done in the way they've been done in. Because then it'd be nice to actually see like some fun stuff with the other 3.
I feel like there's something to reveal with Who's
Also, what the fuck is Drake doing? Where was Drake the last? Have we seen Drake recently?
We haven't seen Drake in like 10 chapters.
The last time we saw him, he allied himself with Luffy. Luffy was like, yeah, you can join.
No, and he helped get the freaking the thing from...
the vaccine?
Yeah,
so he's still on the live floor somewhere as a T-Rex.
I think he's just right now.
Look, we gotta focus on Marco and King and Sanji's there now and Chopper and
that's where all the main. That's all the main
a bunch of the fucking scabbards are going there. I don't know.
This is just a veritable battle.
Maybe he just left.
We just got way too many characters.
Maybe he just pieced off. Maybe he's calling sword.
Dude, that's why I said. Remember how I was like at the beginning?
Kobe,
I was like,
Fujitora.
I can't wait
They're
for the.
fighting.
I can't wait for the anime because the anime always does a really good job of showing where everyone is.
For sure.
Yeah,
like that's going to be so helpful for this fight because this tower is just so big.
It's a very
this island is just. You don't know where everyone is because it's hard to keep track.
But no, and then Horseface.
I still love that she's still broadcasting because he's like Bao Huang sama, everybody can hear you.
Thank you, Horseface Magoo.
Oh no, I didn't mean to broadcast that. God, what the hell? It's a monster. Like that's one of the last things that she says of her own free will. Like I love
now confirmed.
Yeah.
God Usopp also a monster.
God monster Usopp.
God monster Usopp.
Godly monstrosity.
Next
Usopp.
arc, he's just gonna get the D, and then he'll be complete.
He's gonna
God,
get the D.
God
D monster Usopp.
There it is. I mean, he already is Go D Usopp, isn't he?
Yeah.
Anyway, Bao Huang stuck in the Green Star Devil. I really don't get it, but she seems to be transmitter. Give your orders. Right. This is Otama.
That was loud. Hurt my ear.
I can only imagine it.
Hurt my ear.
I mean, she's desperate. She's got the.
And then we got all of her BDSM fans over here.
That's our master.
Queen looks up. Everyone's looking up. Some people still have arrows in their backs.
I didn't think that was Queen looking up. I just thought that was like Sanji kicked him over to the side there, and his head's like doing the fucking wobbly thing.
Broke his neck. That's our master. And then beautiful little Otama shop. She's just looking fierce, all small.
In the fifth Beppo!
It's Beppo! It's our boy Beppo! God, I love Beppo. Where's his fight? He can fight a Toby Roppo. Come on. Let's get some more Straw Hats up there. Yes, he can.
I don't know.
Beppo. We all thought that Beppo would get his Sulong form this arc.
Somebody break a hole in the roof.
Yeah, well,
Yamato, break a hole in the roof, goddammit.
There is a hole in the roof.
Bigger hole.
Oda, give us Beppo.
We need more moonlight.
We need a Big Mom size hole.
Come on,
That's a big hole.
Take that whichever way you want, audience.
Oh, that's nasty.
That's not even horny. This is gross.
Burke, you're going to gross jail. Not even horny jail.
Gross jail.
You're going to solitary confinement.
Travesty jail.
Bonk. No, more like smash. No bonks there.
No, but I'd love Beppo to get a fight. That'd be cool. I'd like to look at the other fights as well, but I'd love for Beppo to get a fight. Beppo's cool.
Continuing to the rooftop.
So what's up with this Excalibur sword over here, by the way?
That has always been there. Let's be clear. That sword has always been there. There were a lot of theories early on that someone's going to wield it.
I'm still so confused.
Yeah, it's been there since the beginning.
Yeah, it's just serious?
I've never seen it.
It was stuck into the pavilion, and then whenever we got like wide shots, it would like kind of peek out. But this is a really good look at it. I don't know. I always think someone's
gonna. So is
gonna.
it like huge? Is it like a giant?
It's
sword?
a gigantic sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Kaido's whole base is like that skull.
No, of course. It's
so
huge.
I'm wondering if it's like that's the sword the giant used.
Well, someone thought
This is like Or's
the knife that they use. That's
senior.
really small compared.
Yeah, something.
Great granddaddy Ors.
Like they're like
this is a small
their
little
dinner
dagger.
knife.
Right?
I know. I think the theory was that one of the numbers would wield that, but the numbers have been a real disappointment.
Yeah, honestly, I wish they didn't hype the numbers at all because we didn't see anything from
Like
them.
anything
like
we've
half
seen
giants,
is like,
Frankie
oh my
blew one
gosh,
up with
we're
a
just
laser.
destroying
Like
them.
Frankie defeated almost all of them.
Hey, that's a win for you, Ryan.
No, it is a win for me. I love that Frankie could do it, but I mean, they were hyped up to be like a challenge.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. We got to remember about a lot of these is like, usually the theme is like usually there's always that like special class of warrior beneath the officers, right? That are hyped up by
below the Toby Roppo, I would argue.
No. Yeah, I'm just saying, but like, but usually these class of warriors that are kind of like mini officers themselves are still usually easily taken out by the Straw Hats, where it's like, oh, so that's how strong the Straw Hats are. God damn it! And that's usually, I think they usually serve as like a fodder just to amaze the enemy that the Straw Hats are that strong. Or like, so I mean, it was never like, I don't think it was ever meant for the numbers to be a huge, because like Luffy was kicking their asses all over the place back at Uda.
It's just funny that you mentioned them as mini officers, but they're supposed to be these giant big guys. They are giant big guys.
honestly, they were just kind of comedic relief.
They were
that's
useless.
That's the thing.
They
like,
were drunk. They said their numbers like Pokemon, and then they got beat in like 2 chapters.
Yeah.
that's generally how it goes though.
Sad.
I prefer Smile.
Sad. No, you
Shut
don't.
up.
We just talked about Kokoro. Oh, is Kokoro?
What's
Kokoro.
No,
Anyway, onto the roof.
Yeah, I was gonna say what? Anyway, Straw Hat and Odin's brat are already dead. If you're gonna play, you should learn to protect your pieces. Ah, chess humor. I love it.
And Smiling Girl in the beginning.
Anyway, a snot-nosed kid like you throwing off your chains, you think you can just leave? Says Kaido to Yamato.
And then here's our confirmation. Remember, we were arguing about whether Yamato would join Luffy at the end of this.
Yeah.
This is almost like a confirmation. She's like, I am leaving with him, whether you want it or not.
I've just, this whole time, I'm like, she identifies as Odin, so she's going to be following the future pirate king.
She's going to be the Odin to his Roger.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't assume until it happens. But I would really like it to happen.
Yeah,
I think
I am also really down for her being an official Straw Hat at some point, but I will also just settle for her just joining on the final voyage.
Yeah, I would honestly really like for her and Carrot to be also like both.
At this point, you know,
like they've been around for long enough.
Carrot's been around definitely long enough. Oh, yeah. Yamato has the absolute will.
She has the potential.
She has the potential and the will.
My stance is. My greatest fantasy would be both her and Kara join. I think that's least likely.
Fantasy. Ooh.
Horny tail, bro.
We gotta get those furries. We gotta get those furries. We gotta get the scalies. We gotta get the whatever you want to call
I really
them.
enjoy those bonks. Are you sure you shouldn't try something?
Stop it!
You guys started this!
Yeah, you're going to horny jail.
Back to what I was saying anyways. I'll speak from Horny Jail then. Gosh.
No, don't.
Speak from the raft.
I'm speaking from the heart.
All
Furries
right.
for the. Anyways. So both them as crew, that'd be my utmost because I think more awesome people better. I think it's less likely. I think it's more likely that Kara won't join. I'd love her to join.
It just feels like every major event, whenever someone has joined the crew, besides Vivi from the very beginning.
Vivi was invited.
Exactly, but every major event the Straw Hats have been to, not every island, but every major event, whether it be Whole Cake, whether it be Wano, whether it be Water 7, Thriller Bark, every major event where the Straw Hats have had to really progress, they've gained a crew member. So it would make really good sense.
There's enough arcs where they didn't that I would say that's that.
Like I said, if Carrot joins, I will be most happy. If not, I won't be hurt by it. And I do think if there's going to be any arc that signifies the completion of the Straw Hats crew is going to be Wano.
Yeah.
Alex,
name another arc where a character joined the crew for a long period of time that they didn't keep with.
No, not that. Not speaking on that, but I'm saying there's enough arcs where someone didn't join. Where I feel like potentially an arc could happen where we meet up and link up with some really cool characters where no one eventually joins Whole Cake. I think for example, we got Sanji back. You could argue.
But what he's saying is that Carrot's been on for long enough.
She's joined multiple arcs.
She's been there for
you're right.
enough of the main stuff that he thinks that is very promising.
Yeah. I think that's fine. I think Yamato has a better story than Carrot does. I don't know. I don't see Carrot. And also,
I think you're just being a rabbit hater, and someone who just
I'm
got
surprised
sent
you're not a rabbit hater after what you went through with one. But that's neither here nor there.
I had to think about that for a second.
But what I'm saying...
D&D references, don't worry about it.
Yeah, very good inside joke there. But I like Yamato as a Straw Hat. I do.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Carrot...
Don't be...
I don't know.
Don't be...
Carrot is awesome. Carrot is the only reason they made it out of Whole Cake.
What I find interesting...
Well, we didn't even react to that.
It's like, dude, hers too long for
Luffy's never asked her to join, which has always been one of the biggest reasons for someone joining the Straw Hats, right? And now we would have a lot more characters if all the people who he asked joined, let's be clear. Carrot's always been like, I'm gonna come, and she just kind of appears on the ship.
Well, here's the thing. To be fair, he didn't ask Vivi to join until the end of the Alabasta.
No, but I'm just saying, and maybe he will ask Carrot to join, but up to this point, it always seems like she's kind of tagging along on her own accord.
No, sure.
And not really being invited. And so I don't know if she actually can be on the true Straw Hat crew. I see all of Zoe being an ally to Luffy in the final battle as maybe Grand Fleet.
I think it's kind of implied that he would happily accept her as a crew member.
Do you think?
Absolutely.
You honestly think that Luffy wouldn't want her as a crew member?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what requirement I need. I just feel like
Dude, he tried to invite a talking tree he didn't even know.
I know.
As a crew member.
He invited a talking tree.
Because it was interesting.
I know.
You think he wouldn't invite someone who became a good friend who's also a good fighter?
I'm surprised he hasn't. And I think that's the one
Luffy
thing.
has no love for the furry community.
I guess not.
I'm not against Carrot. I think she's a super cool
it really
character.
feels like it. I feel really attacked right now.
On his crew, he's gonna have someone of like all the races, kind of like Big Mom. That's a fine theme. You
think Luffy's
we're gonna get like a long
Yeah,
arm tribesman.
we're
gonna
Luffy's
get
gonna
like
have
a
a
long
giant-
leg tribesman.
he does in his Grand Fleet.
That doesn't count.
It
They're not
counts.
a part of
It
the
counts.
crew.
You just said his crew.
No.
We're gonna get a giant for the small little Sunny?
I mean his crew as a whole, inclong Grand Fleet. That's
I
all,
don't
those
count
all
the
are
Grand
people
Fleet
that
because
are
he doesn't
allied.
count the Grand Fleet.
I count them as...
I count.
I count them as...
I count them as fodder for when the war comes.
Well, I mean, I count
think
them,
they're strong.
I count them as people...
I'm not saying they're not strong.
No, I count them as people Luffy relies on and honestly considers them as like friend types.
They're
but they're
his
not,
captain.
But they're not at the same level as his actual crew.
And maybe that's where I fall with Carrot. I think she could be on the Grand Fleet. I don't think she deserves to be on his crew.
Well, you're dumb.
That's fine. That's my right. I also think Ulti's fucking dead, and the fucking clearly not. So,
Speaking of dumb, Yamato is calling out her dad. That's right, I'm going to sail the sea with Luffy after I drive you out of Wano, Kaido.
I find Kaido's response really interesting here.
Yeah. Whoa, no, 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 no. It's not like I'll settle for anywhere else, Yamato. I've been staying here because Wano is special. So I like this because I think I pointed out the chapter where he said, "Oh, you weren't Joy Boy," because somebody had pointed out in a Reddit comment that. At this point, I just feel like Kaido just put himself in Wano just so he could be part of the prophesied events.
Yeah.
Like
Prophesied events, super huge collection of the super rare minerals.
Wants to be beaten by maybe Joy Boy, because that would be a great final fight,
course.
maybe.
What a way to die. Going out against Joy Boy.
He doesn't look hurt anymore.
Legendary figure.
Like, he looks...
Kaido looks like he's completely
He
recovered
looks
already.
fine as hell.
Yeah.
He is fine.
Yeah.
He's fine, man. Fine.
Bonk. Go to
He's
Horny
a
Jail.
fine
What's a
dragon, man.
What's a shame here is
Scaly community for the win.
what's a shame here is that we get a response from Yamato. No way, I already know I'm not going to beat you. Which that's I don't know if anyone thought she was going to have a chance against Kaido.
No one thought she was
I didn't think
going
she
to.
was.
No,
She didn't even
She
want to.
literally says the things that we're all thinking. Luffy is the one Kozuki Oden was waiting for. I'm just going to hold you off until he
And honestly,
gets
if
back.
anyone's going to know if they can or can't beat Kaido, she's going to know.
Yeah, it's his daughter, or his son, whatever.
Daughter, son,
Yeah, whatever works.
Whatever she
Don't
considers
lie.
herself as.
So I just
Don't expect me to go easy on you, Yamato.
I don't know if Luffy comes back to a destroyed Yamato, if she's still fighting with him.
The only way she's not going to join the crew is if she dies.
Yamato?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, this whole I'm going to sail the seas with Luffy, my first thought, and I'm just going to put it on the record, I feel like she might die.
Kaido's not going to kill his own kid.
No, but I feel like she might die.
I don't
From
think...
who?
He's gonna put some whipping
I don't-
on that
I'm
child.
not saying I know how.
So here's-
just...
Here's my thing. Kaido's not going to kill his own kid. And if Ulti was able to take all these big hits from Big Mom, I'm pretty positive Yamato could take those big hits from Big Mom.
And also...
And Kaido.
And
also,
yeah.
here's the thing. Oda, in the past, has been pretty upfront with these kind of intentions in terms of, I'm going to join the crew.
Sure.
Like, I mean, Jinbei was saying it for several arcs, and he finally did it. And I know there are some people who thought Jinbei was never going to do it.
Yeah.
To
Yamato is
be
being
fair, I
completely
thought
upfront.
Jinbei was sacrificing himself at the end of Whole Cake as well. Now, I got to keep watching, so I know that's not true. But initially, when I saw that and I didn't know what was coming next, I thought, well, Jinbei is going to die as Straw Hat, but
I think it's
sacrificial.
going to be consistent.
Which
that
how he
when
held
they
up
state
Big
that
Mom
they're going
so
to
much
become
more.
a Straw Hat, I think it's usually going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, initially, after I read that panel, I was like, oh shit.
And Kaido wants her to be the Shogun.
The thing with Oda is that I'm always left in the unexpected with what he does, with what I think. So against what I think, what would be unexpected is if somehow
Who would kill her?
I don't think Kaido would mean, and this is just I'm just going off on a tangent here, but I don't think Kaido would mean to kill her, but I feel like she would sacrifice herself when he tried to kill Luffy.
No.
Nah.
That's fine. I'm putting that on the record. I am more than happy to be wrong. I love Yamato as a character.
I'm going to put on the record, I do not agree with Alex in any way, shape, or form.
I'm going to
That's fine.
scratch
That's-
that record. I'm going to make a new record.
That's
We're going to burn the record.
That's
Burn the
right.
record.
I'm gonna throw the fucking record out the window.
That's why we have this discourse. Jesus Christ.
Your tinfoil hat is coming off.
It's a tinfoil hat or it's a straw hat, bro. I don't know. But all I'm
Also,
saying...
for the record, for you YouTube comments, I saw you last week. When we give Alex shit, we do it in love.
That's what I initially felt when that panel went by. And I don't want Yamato to die. That was the thought that would be unexpected.
It's just not Oda's style to kill characters like that.
Yeah.
Well, especially
clearly.
especially ones
Clearly
who
fucking
make
not.
that kind of a statement.
Yeah.
It would be very out of character of Oda to kill off a character after.
She
making
reminds
that
me a lot of
announcement.
Ace. I think that's why.
Ace never.
The flashback with her and
I was
Ace,
gonna
they're
say,
very
Ace and her
similar.
did meet. Yeah, but Ace never joined never said, "Hey, I want to travel with Luffy." And
No, but he did lose his life saving Luffy,
Well, yeah.
which is what I'm saying.
But I think there were different connections there. I think that's more...
You're probably right. You're probably right. Yamato's probably going to be fine, join the Straw Hats, be a really big ally.
Why'd you just hit me in the face, Alex?
I might as well.
Why are you so violent?
I didn't hit him. I did a high five to myself. But I said my piece. That I like Yamato as a Straw Hat.
I prefer One Piece to your piece.
Those are brave last words, Alex.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, so no, chapter
Guys,
ends.
it's gonna be a Sanko next episode.
Chapter ends in a killer climax. I mean, the Conqueror Haki's already streaming off the top of the skull, which looks cool as hell.
Awesome to see Yamato with Conquerors.
I guess, yeah, right.
What is it?
I'm assuming. I mean, if she's Kaido's daughter,
Who knows?
Again, we're not really huge.
Remember,
fans.
it's not about.
We're not the
who
genetic people, right?
Yeah.
We're not saying that. So
We'll see.
it could be no connection. It could just be she has it.
If we can't
she
see-
has a strong will. It makes sense.
If we can't see it here, it'll be shown in the anime.
Sure.
Absolutely.
But then again, that could just be him hitting her really hard and her not having it. I don't know.
Who knows?
I feel like that's why she couldn't beat him. Why he says why he's so confident, because if she doesn't have it, then there is.
Well,
no
to
win.
be fair, he's confident about everything.
No, I know.
And he's
And
three times her size.
But Yamato, clearly states, I can't beat you. I'll hold you off. It would make sense if she can't break through his Conqueror's Haki armor, if that's why.
I do like. I do like the constant, and this happens in like most arcs, especially with like an overwhelming force. How it's just like they're constantly. There's this faith in Luffy that the bad guys scoff at, and then as they get closer out, I think I underestimated the faith in Luffy.
Yeah. Also, the cover art at the very end. If you guys are reading the same ones that we are, you have the dawning sun. With Kaido in the forefront, this dark shadow. Yamato, in the shine. That's right. I'm gonna sail the seas with Luffy after I drive you out of Wano. It just looks so good.
the dawn is coming.
Literally, it's on the horizon, and it makes me think. At least that color panel, if it's drawn, appropriately. It was kind of funny because last chapter that had the moon one between those two. Kaido and Yamato were looking down at each other, and it was in a moonlight.
I think so. I think it was at the end of last chapter.
This is the next one, and the dawn comes pretty quick. So obviously these are fan drawn color panels.
Maybe they've just been staring at each other in silence for hours, waiting for the sunset.
Really early
waiting
on,
for the sun to come up.
early on in the chapter, we do have panels of Onigashima, and there's words coming off it. So they could have been talking that whole time.
I just think the bonfire would have happened at night. So I don't know how.
That's the thing.
Much...
That's the thing. These are fan drawings, so it's not Oda coloring these. So there's liberties here. Obviously, we can't necessarily trust them. They look sick as hell.
No, they're well.
Straight up, awesome job, Woden creative. Sick job. But I don't know how accurate that is.
But what does it matter really?
No, it's cool.
It's a fan creation.
I love it.
How do they color these so fast?
God, I don't know, dude. Well, spoilers do come out a few days before we actually get full, so maybe they get access.
Well, they don't bitch about it, Ryan. That's why they just get it
so.
done.
They get it done.
No talking man.
Stop asking stupid questions.
Yeah.
And we read it off the TBC, so in case you're wondering.
Oh, you don't have those?
No, I'm saying that's where we're reading the manga.
Yeah.
Because the actual one wouldn't have the color.
Yeah, the TBC scans.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. But no, that's a really cool chat. Worst words. What are they, Burke? Worst words in the chapter? break.
You
next
saying
week.
that Carrot wasn't going to join the crew?
I don't think she is.
I think those were the words.
I thought you knew my overall opinion on this chapter.
No, break next week.
Okay.
Terrible words. So there will not. There's gonna be a break. So we'll see you guys in 10/17 in 2 weeks, which is fine. You know, give us time to freak out about everything.
By the way, guys, Foxy Pirate King confirmed. Just gotta say.
Anyway, hot take. Didn't really care for this chapter.
Really?
Definitely wasn't as hyped as the others.
2.5 out of 5. 5 out of 10.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Didn't care for it. For a chapter titled "My Name is Otama" or "This is Otama," that was literally like
had nothing to do with Otama.
That was it. That one scene, it just built up everything. This is the first 5 out of 10 chapter in quite some time.
This chapter for me, even when I was reading it before we went on
which
air,
is so I hate that I feel this way, but it's the truth because 2 chapters ago, 10-14. I'm lowest lows, but that's still a 10 out of 10 chapter for me. Just even despite all that, because bad shit was happening, but at least it was all stuff that was advancing plot, advancing stakes, whatever. Next chapter, 10-15. Super hopeful chapter, 10 out of 10. Gets me hyped for all the stuff that Luffy's doing while unconscious. This one, sure, Nami gets an upgrade. Otama's about to make an announcement. Yamato and Kaido are fighting, but we don't even get to see the first fucking blow. All we see is a goddamn lightning strike on top of Onigashima. Sure, it makes a cool panel, but can we see a hit? Can we see something happen?
For me, it felt like a short chapter. I was even saying that before we started the podcast. It felt like a short chapter to me, even if it may have been the same number of pages. It just seemed like there wasn't as much going on.
So
it's a transition.
So the main reason that those words at the end are so bad is because, oh my god, can you at least make something interesting happen before we go to break? Please. I would have been okay if last week was the break.
I mean, if in 2 weeks we get their fight, which is the majority of the chapter, I get why Oda needs the time.
Of course.
But
I guess we'll see.
I really liked the chapter. It was solid.
Samesies.
Yeah.
Good.
That's
fine.
I
said, that's my hot take. I just didn't care for it much.
Yeah, we heard you, Burke. You sound like an Alex now.
Somebody's got to, live up to his...
No, but I mean, I will say that my only disappointment was we didn't get more of the Queen. So we get a panel with Queen and a panel with Sanji.
I was gonna say there should have been at least something happening where Sanji's kicking Queen in the neck or something to indicate.
Well, I get why they're paused because that's the this is Otama.
I think it's gonna be a lot more easy for them to space it out in the anime since they'll have more time to work with.
For sure.
But when you only got so many panels, you gotta minimize as best you can.
If Ulti is in fact done at this point, I'm really happy with this chapter for Nami. That is a sick as hell upgrade. Usopp got a sick, he got the 2 hits in, this is a win for the little guys.
So Usopp gets the assist on Big Mom's kill. Got it.
Oh, they both do. Including Zeus.
No, Nami doesn't get anything around this.
It's true. But
she gets to steal.
Well, Usopp gets to live too, so that's also nice. Good for him.
Usopp is always a win.
Yeah. No, overall solid. And I do we keep checking in with CP-Ageis because that keeps me updated on the war effort.
This was a very good chapter for transitions and for
It also makes me feel like the island is right above the flower capital if we're seeing the celebrations. And
it's not right above it. It's coming.
It's a good build-up chapter.
It's letting you know, we're not far away, and the ignorance of everyone there being so happy, that's about to get really dark as soon as they see that island floating over.
For sure.
Yeah. Which means Luffy is going to cut it close. However, he does get back up.
He always does.
But the citizens, I feel are gonna. It's not gonna be they never knew what was gonna happen, and they're gonna be oh my god, we're gonna die.
Gonna know.
It's gonna be the Noah coming down on Fishman Island.
It's gonna be a Noah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be they're gonna know what Luffy saves them.
Yeah, bro. Absolutely.
On top of the fact that they already just don't like Orochi and Kaido.
But I guess Orochi's dead though too.
Kinda.
Kind of, maybe.
I mean, all his heads got cut off.
No, he's dead. It's confirmed.
Yeah, so that's 10-16.
Hashtag Foxy.
This is Otama. We'll see what you have to say. 10-17. Anything else, ladies and gents?
That's it for me.
Got nothing.
I don't think Foxy goes.
God! And we're out! Thanks for
Furries.
joining us. We will see you in 2 weeks.
All right, listeners, that concludes this episode of the Yonko Podcast. Solid chapter. Yamato's a Straw Hat confirmed? Is Momo dead? Probably not. And Aegis is holding back? Will they join the fray or wait till there is a clear winner? See you all next time in Yonko Podcast Chapter Review 10-17. All right, boys, we're off.